Okay, hi, I'm with Josie Field now for my interview with her. Hi, Josie.
Hello.
Thank you so much for agreeing to this.
No,
very excited. I just prepared like a few questions that I just wanted to ask you and stuff, so maybe you could give me a little bit more insights and stuff that I don't know anything about. And the first one is basically like, how did you get started? I mean, how did you start from like making the dream of becoming a performer into reality? What was the whole process?
Well, the process was I started writing songs when I was still at school. Then I got really into it and started looking for places to record demos, recorded a couple of demos, and kind of tried to get them out from there. And the more demos I kind of did and sent out, I found a beautiful manager through that and found producers, and we recorded all the songs that I'd written and which became an album, and shopped it around with record labels, and we were lucky enough to have one that really liked it, so that's how it began.
Cool. The next question I wanted to ask you, like performing, because that's obviously my task in the whole competition. I have to try and get out there because I want to be a performer.
Yeah.
And how did you get yourself out there, like into local, restaurants, pubs, clubs? How did you go about that? Because I've discovered it's not as easy as it looks.
Not at all. And I mean, it's taken me 5 years. Well, it took me about 3 years to actually do the album after wanting to make this my career. So, I mean, it was easier for me because with the guitar, and I play all my songs with the guitar and I write all my material that way. It was easier for me to go to say an owner of a club or pub or whatever and say, I've got my guitar with me, let me play you a song, and you can see I really like the gig here. And then therefore they kind of knew immediately what I was all about. And because I'm into folk music, I pretty much did a lot of my shows at the beginning, and it started in folk groups, folk circles, where it's a whole bunch of old people with the guitars in a circle playing folk music, and I just joined in and we all play a song. And in the little folk circles, I started to make a little name for myself, and then just sort of crept up from there, I guess.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, but it is really hard to to get in there because people always want to see like an album, or they want to hear an album or something, but you've got nothing to show for yourself.
Yeah.
Especially when you don't have a musical instrument to play immediately. I think it's really important to get demos so at least you can show them something.
Yeah, I can do.
Yeah.
Okay. The whole songwriting thing, because I don't just want to be a live performer, you know what I mean? I want to be a recording artist as well, and
Yes.
I want to produce CDs and stuff, and I also want to produce my own content. Like,
Yes.
how did you get into that? Like, what's your inspiration? Because I know with a lot of people, it's experience or it's whatever, I don't know, it's all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
What is it for you? How do you write songs, your own songs?
Well, I mean, that's how I started. I started writing songs as like a diary entry, not knowing that I wanted to actually to make it my career. So after I'd written a couple songs and I made a kind of collection of songs, then I realized, okay, actually, you know what, this is really cool. I'd really like to make something out of it, and it started there. But the actual songwriting process, I'm sure everyone's different, but mine is it kind of happens organically. It's very like I'll play a chord on the guitar, and I'll play a couple chords together, and I'll find a melody line over that with my vocal, and then words will just come through. So it's kind of very organic. It all comes out together. But sometimes it doesn't happen that way, in which case I just keep the notes that I have and or save them for another time when they fit with something else.
Okay.
So I think everyone's different. You just have to find what works for you.
Thanks. Thanks for the hardest still, but that's cool. I get it. And my last question, in terms of this industry, because I've been going around and trying to get into venues, and it's really not easy. And how have you found the South African industry and getting into it, and people that are now in your life and that you're surrounded with? Like, what advice can you give me? Because either way, whether this pans out or not, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to go into it.
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's all about time. I mean, there were times when I thought, gee, I don't think this is actually ever going to work out. But then it starts to happen, and then you're like, wow, I'm doing it. So it's a long process. It's taken me a long time to get where I want to be. But here I am. So I'm living proof that it is possible, and also I'm living proof that it is possible to do something that you want to do in your own way without having to compromise your art. There were times when I could have easily have signed up at a young age, but then the material wouldn't have been produced in the way that I would have liked it. I would have had no opinion, I would have had no say in how my music actually was handled. And therefore I wouldn't have been happy, and I'm glad I didn't do that, because now I've got the opportunity, just a little bit longer to wait. I found the right people, got the opportunity to do it in the way that I was fully in control of what happened. And I'm so happy that people are seeing me for who I really am, first time around, then doing an album that I personally don't like, that's got my name on it, and I'm the only one to blame for that. Although it isn't really my fault, because a whole bunch of other people messed it up. So it is quite complicated, but I think as long as you stick to your guns, I mean, personally, that's my whole message, is just do not compromise your art, because you're always going to be given an opportunity at one point or another in the future to show your art off, and to have people that really appreciate it. That's important. Cool. Okay.
I don't know if you received, I'm sure you did, obviously, the mail I sent you with the song that I actually wanted to perform with you. I brought it with.
Okay.
And so if you wouldn't mind,
Natural Woman, yes, let's play it.
Performing it with me,
Of course.
everybody. You have to forgive us, we haven't had a lot of practice, but
okay, let's see how I feel.
I'll do the first one, you do the second one, do it together at the end.
Okay. It should be fun.
Looking out on the morning rain, I used to feel so uninspired, and when I knew I had to face another day, Lord, it made me feel so tired. Before the day I met you, life was some kind, but you're the key to my peace of mind. 'Cause you make me feel, you make me feel, you make me feel like a natural woman.
When my heart was in the lost and found, you came along to claim it. I didn't know just what was wrong with me, till your kiss helped me name it. Now I'm no longer doubtful of what I'm living for, 'cause if I make you happy, I don't need to do more. 'Cause you